The Duke of Sussex couldn't have handled the situation any differently, according to royal commentators, who noted the prince's apparent attempt to avoid causing a diversion. Prince Harry's return for the coronation of his father King Charles III was brief, the US-based royal only attending the ceremony itself during his 28-hour stay in the UK. But the Duke of Sussex's fleeting visit has been deemed the right thing to do by some royal commentators, who have claimed his appearance couldn't have gone much better. Hello, SME Griffiths, Andrea Camagno, and royal editor Emily Nash discussed the coronation of King Charles III and Queen Camilla on the latest episode of the publication's A Right Royal podcast. A very understated visit, said Ms. Griffiths. He really just got in there, smiled, and got out, that was it. But he probably couldn't have handled the situation any differently. Ms. Nash added, I think it was the right way to do it, absolutely. It didn't cause a massive diversion. I think that it was great to see him there for this big family moment, even though he did appear to be on the periphery a little bit. For me, what was interesting was a lot of the time he was secured by Princess Anne's huge hat. And whether that was by accident or by design, I think, perhaps, it was a good thing because then there wasn't any scrutiny on him. This was the king and the queen's moment. She concluded, this is a major state occasion, and a binding one in terms of our history, so I think it was absolutely right that he did not become the focus in any way. Harry arrived in the UK on Friday, May 5, the day before the coronation ceremony. He stayed at his and his wife Meghan, Duchess of Sussex's, former home Frogmore Cottage, for what was possibly the final time, and travelled to London for the historic event the following morning. He arrived at Westminster Abbey with other members of the royal family and walked up the aisle, donning a dark morning suit and tie. The Duke was seated between Princess Alexandra, the late Queen Elizabeth II's first cousin, and Jack Brooksbank, the husband of Princess Eugenie, 2 rows behind his older brother, Prince William, the Prince of Wales. His placement on the 3rd row meant Prince Edward, Duke of Kent, Prince Richard, Duke of Gloucester, and James, Earl of Wessex, son of the King's brother, Prince Edward, Duke of Edinburgh, were seated on the pew in front of him. Nonetheless, as Ms. Camagno pointed out, Harry appeared to be comfortable in his position. He was smiling a lot, she recalled. Ms. Griffiths added, he was there with his cousins, which I thought was nice. Harry seemed particularly at ease with Eugenie and Jack, with whom he and Meghan are understood to have maintained a close relationship. As the royals arrived, the 3 were photographed smiling and laughing, and ahead of the ceremony, Harry and Jack were spotted having a friendly exchange, seemingly joking with each other. After the coronation, Eugenie shared an Instagram post to mark the historic occasion. She shared photographs of the King and Queen, Jack, her sister Princess Beatrice and brother-in-law Edoardo Mapelli Mozzi, shots of the magnificent procession, and her cousin Harry. Her caption read, "Yesterday meant so much to me, as I'm sure it did to so many watching. What a magical celebration for the King, the Queen, our country, and the Commonwealth. The day was such a reflection of dedication and service to our country." In the comments, royal fans were quick to commend Eugenie and Jack for treating the Duke so warmly during the event and noted the princess's inclusion of the Duke of Sussex in her social media post. "Thank you for featuring a few photos that included Prince Harry," one person wrote. "It was so lovely that Harry had you and Jack to welcome him and sit with him," a third commented. Harry left London shortly after the ceremony ended and flew back to Montecito in time to wish his son Thannk